special things ring inside. I've been at Cypress, I've been at Kennedy, I've been at Loera, but there's something different about Western. And to have a guy like John who pushed through to stick with it when there was no reason to be here. He could have went to all kinds of schools. Schools were after him all over, trying to convince him to move over. But you know what he was? He had pioneer in his blood, and he did it from his brothers and their family, and they loved it. And he's done so much for this school, for this program. And so he'll tell you about his journey. But this young man was underly recruited. We were working so hard. He got a few late offers. Was it Utah State, John? Utah State came in and offered late, and instead of just selling for something, he decided to go to Golden West College and go over there to play, and then ended up at Middle Tennessee State. And so now he comes around, he never shakes my hand normally. Now he always shakes my hand with his big ring that he won the championship at Middle Tennessee State. So now I got to address him as Mr. Ajalabi. All those other things I said to him before doesn't count, so Mr. Ajalabi.
What's up, everybody? My name is John Ojalabi. As you guys already know, Anthony, he's my older brother. I want to thank Coach Davison for welcoming me on. Even when I was in Middle Tennessee, all the way across the country, Coach Davison was still checking in, trying to see what's up. You know, why am I not getting on the field? I'm sure he was ready to talk to my head coach to see what the deal was. But yeah, I came here in 18. I graduated here in 18. I played football. I ran track. I was a league champion for track. I made it to CIF. And I played basketball my freshman year. I stopped after freshman year to just focus on football. But the main thing that I want to talk to you guys about is just hard work. Coming from Orangeview to Western, when I would tell my other friends that played football at Orangeview that, I'm going to Western, guys would laugh at me because Western was such a small school and they hadn't been good in a few years. But I never let things like that deter me. I was always working hard when I came here, like Coach Davison said, always in the weight room, always working out after practice. And even though I didn't get, the schools that I wanted from Western, it didn't stop me there. I felt like I still had more to achieve, so I decided to go to Golden West. My first year at Golden West, I tore my ACL, but it didn't stop me. A year later, I came back. I was getting ready to play, but then unfortunately COVID happened. But again, I didn't let that stop me. I used that free time to set up my own lifting schedules, set up my own speed work, schedules, set up my own route running with whoever I could find that was willing to work out with me. And then I come back for my final season, post-COVID. I have a good year and I'm able to get like 3 to 4 Division I offers. Middle Tennessee was the school I ended up deciding to go to. But I had interest from Texas State, Rice, Arizona State at the last minute, University of Northern Colorado. So I had interest from a good amount of D1 schools. Just to sum things up, it's surreal to come from a small school like this and end up playing at a D1 school like Middle Tennessee. In the year that I played at Middle Tennessee, we played Miami. I got to go all the way out to Miami.
Beat Miami.
And we beat Miami, yeah. It was a great experience. It felt like a video game. So, thank you. So, I was just playing on this field like 4 or 5 years ago, and to be able to go out into the Hard Rock Stadium where the Dolphins play and play on that field, and I got fans, giving me middle fingers, and it's raining. It feels like a video game experience, but I'm just grateful to have that experience. And then we had a winning record, so we were able to go to a bowl game. We played San Diego State in Hawaii. So it's just crazy to think that I came from playing here to playing against Miami at Hard Rock Stadium, to being flown out to Miami, to being flown out to Hawaii to go and play San Diego State and beating San Diego State and getting this ring. I'm really grateful, and I'm grateful that my brother and Coach Davison allowed me to come here and speak and share my message. So the biggest thing that I have to say is just work hard. It doesn't matter what anybody tells you. If you can't do something, don't listen to that. I've had friends tell me, I'm wasting my time doing football. I've had, even family might have told me that, you're wasting your time, but I never let that stop me. I had a goal. I knew what I wanted to do. I knew what I wanted to do since high school, and it didn't stop me I was able to achieve that goal. So, I'm grateful and I'm thankful.
Woo! Atta baby!
All right, thank you, John. So this is our third alumni breakfast. A little history on it. That makes it 3 out of 3 Ojalabis speaking at a alumni breakfast. And Mr. O over here did the first one. His middle brother did the second one, and capped off with John. I don't think there's any more, right, coming through. So
Not for a while.
we might have to get another Ojalabi then for the next breakfast. All right, Mom, Dad, maybe they'll come. All right. So our next coach that's going to come out and introduce the next alumni is Coach Clark. Come on now. Coach Clark is a long-time coach here at the AUHSD. I think the most senior teacher in our district. Here you go.
Thank you. My name is Coach Clark. I am one of the senior statesmen here on campus. I got to Western High School as a student teacher back in '84, last century, fall of '84, and I haven't left since. They're probably going to bury me in that senior quad when it's all said and done. This possibly might be my last year here at Western High School, not for sure or not, but on my way here, I was pretty excited because, one, I haven't seen Carol and since she left Western back in the early 2000s. Tari, haven't seen her since she left. But luckily for social media, we get to keep track how they're doing, and it makes me proud to see, puts my faith in public education, because once in a while, as I'm looking at one of my classes and I'm just looking at a sea of knuckleheads, I'm going like, we're doomed, we're doomed. And then we have programs like this, I go, we're not doomed. We're doing the right thing. There's kids that are going to rise to the top, and this is an example of it today. But I'm lucky I get to introduce Tari Okabe, and I first met her as a freshman. She ran track for us, tremendous athlete. In fact, she surprised everybody like John did, because John went into the final meet in league finals, and I think he was like number 3, number 4 qualifier, and just popped a jump, his last jump in the long jump, and comes back, Coach Holt, his jumps coach, goes, yeah, he won it. I go, wow, where'd that come from? But he just, boom, his last jump, and became a league champion in the long jump and went on to CIF. Tari did the same thing her freshman year, 100-meter champion. She probably forgot about that, but I didn't. And her sprint coach is right over here, Coach Polk. Not only was Carol's sprint coach, but also was Therese sprint coach. And then I find out she went to Cal State Monterey Bay up in the Central Coast, and then she's playing rugby. I go, wow, great sport for her, because she got speed, she's got size, and she's smart. And I think I coached your brother too, right? Yeah, he was a knucklehead back in the day. I hope he's doing real well. But she's now finished up school, degree in kinesiology, now working on her master's degree, become a teacher, working on her credential. So she's going into the field, and she's going to become a great teacher. Whatever school gets her, one, they're going to have a great women's athletic program. And it's difficult to make it as a woman in professional sports, but she's able to do that. Professional rugby player. I mean, how many professional rugby players did you guys know before Tari? 0.0. But now you know. And she plays for a great program down at Belmont Shore. Anybody from the Long Beach area knows that the Belmont Shore rugby program is one of the best in the country. National champions on the male side, and the women's program is going really, really strong. So, without further ado, Tari Okabe.
So that was a really good introduction. He kind of just made my whole speech for me. I can just go sit down now. But yeah, obviously I'm Tari. I was born and raised here in Boynton Park, Orange County. I did the whole Orange View, Western transition like many of us here have. I'm a dog mom. Love my dog. He's a brat too, just like my brother, like Coach Clark just said. Yeah, and he said too, I'm currently teaching, so I've kind of done the full circle thing like Anthony, and it's really cool to be a teacher and stuff like that. I know John talked a lot about how sports is like good for developing like hard working skills and things like that, and I agree with that 100%. But for me, sports was more teaching me about like resilience. You know, my dad's a single parent, so I had to like learn how to do a lot of things on my own and like kind of figure out my trials and tribulations on my own. For me, sports was like a motivating factor to like not stay stagnant in life and always to try and be resilient and get to where I need to go. I did not have a plan. I knew I was going to go to college. That was about it. After high school, I kind of stopped playing sports for that first year, my freshman year. Didn't know what I was doing. Wasn't playing sports. And again, that whole time, from like 8 to here to high school, I was playing sports. So for me, when I went to college, I kind of needed to find a new path, which is how I found rugby, which again, I think is better than football. That's just my opinion. But yeah, I had a kind of a non-traditional path to get where I was going. Again, I didn't have any scholarship offers, didn't have anything. I played sports my entire life, right? Club, the whole thing, soccer, volleyball. I did Garcia's conditioning, and you had Coach Garcia, Miss Garcia, you know how bad that could be sometimes. Definitely cheated. Sorry, Garcia. But yeah, I think that, you know, you don't have to follow the same path. It's really just teaching, like sports teaches you, like really who you are as a person. Teaches you motivation, resilience, hard work. And because of that, like I think that's where I am now. I've been able to travel and play sports internationally, not just stay in the U.S. And things like that. You know, it sounds really cliche, and I'm sure you guys all have heard it, all the athletes here, your parents tell you, your coaches tell you, but like sports really does teach you important life lessons. And it's something that that's the biggest thing about it. Like I know sports probably kept me out of trouble, like many of us here. Sports helps us not get into things we shouldn't be doing. I tell my students at my high school too, like, you gotta find what keeps you going, gotta find your passion. And I know for a lot of us here, like sports was that motivating factor and is that motivating factor. Without sports, you know, I really don't think I would be teaching. I don't think I'd be playing rugby, and things like that. And to come out of Orange County, come out of Buena Park, come out of Western, I'm really proud to be here and to have been at this school because again, the teachers here, the staff here, the sports programs here when I was here, like, were really motivating, and I couldn't be more grateful to be a Western alumni and to like thank all of the people here for putting this event on. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. That's about it, guys. Just really play sports, yeah.
All right, thank you. All right, the next athlete is a softball player here, and both of my daughters play softball at the travel level, so we were chatting a little bit, a lot of similarities to my girl story to hers. But the person introducing her is Miss Sai, so come on out.
Hello, good morning, Western family. My name is Ms. Hai. I'm a math teacher here. This is my 19th year at Western. I have to say you guys are the best. Western students and Western family are so cultural blended. Everybody get along and we all want them to succeed. And for Kaylee Palua, I actually have all her brothers and sisters, all the 3 Palua family. And then they're in the house right there, Kavika, Kiani, and the father. They are all here. So it takes a village for a person to be successful. So the more I want to talk about is actually the academic subject is very similar to in the field. Okay, it takes a lot of hard work, persistence, growth mindset, not giving up, working hard every day, day in and day out. That's what they are doing. That's how shaped they are. And then we are only here, the teachers and the staff and the coaches are here to guide them. And then it's up to them how they want to do their job. So thank you again for coming for the breakfast. And here's Kaylee.
What's up, Payos? We're back. I get to wear this thing again, break it out. So thank you, Anthony, for reaching out. My name is Kaylee. Kaylee Poiloa. I was here playing softball in just my brown quad from 2008 to 2012. So we just had our 10-year reunion last year. Give it up. I just want to give a shout out to all the student body here, the faculty, staff, administration, all the alumni that came. This is awesome to be able to be here and just, see what Western's got going on. And then a big shout out to my family, my parents, my friends that came to support. You guys are awesome. All right, let's get it poppin'. First off, I just want to thank my Lord Jesus. Because, Jesus Christ, there is a lot. Thank you. Yep. Go ahead, give it up.
Clap for Jesus.
I'm a little nervous, so sorry. But, so I'm currently working in the mental health field with teens. So a big thing that is close to my heart when it comes to working with teens is their mental health. So one thing that sports taught me specifically was how to be persevering, how to be resilient, how to be disciplined, how to push through things when they're hard, and how to ask for help. One thing that Western has specifically, because I had a lot of times where I wasn't the strongest student. My parents did a great job pushing me to get good grades. My coaches did a good job pushing me to get good grades to stay eligible. But ultimately, it was up to me to reach out to my counselors, to reach out to my teachers, to ask for extra help when I needed it. So no one's gonna give you a free hand. Yeah, there's a lot of blessing and favor that comes when you're doing the right things, when you surround yourself with the right people. But ultimately, when you reach out and you are asking for help, you're asking those questions like, hey, I'm struggling in this area, it doesn't show that you're weak, it shows that you're able to accept help, and we all need help sometimes. So one thing for me is, I have a story where I had a Spanish class and I was not doing good at all, and I was good enough to play softball at some of the schools that were, a little more developed than here, but I almost wanted to transfer schools just because I could not get past this Spanish class. So after not talking to anybody and being like, okay, I'm just gonna pull out and go somewhere else, my counselors found out, my coaches found out, and then they had a little meeting and they talked to me. They're like, no, we want to help you. We want to support you best we can. And not only did that make me change my mind, but it let me feel heard, and it let me feel more comfortable to be like, okay, you know what? I actually love Western. I have friends here. I have some of my cousins were here too, so that was awesome. But just being able to feel that support from your school, not everybody has that. Western is special, it's different. There's a lot of different schools around here, but Western is different, like Miss Sai was saying. The teachers care for you. I didn't know Miss Sai would be in my life this long when I had her. She was cool, she was telling the kids, when Miss Sai be telling the kids, and now, later she's at my baby shower, she's coming to all our family events, and it's like, this is awesome, I didn't know. It's kind of weird at first, but now it's like, no, there's genuine connection and friendships that you make here. And not only that, but now I'm pursuing my career in counseling to go back to and just help people with their mental health and get my master's in psychology. And I'm trying to go work in juvenile hall because I love me some, rambunctious kids. But Miss I was able to give me a great letter of recommendation, so there's a lot of things here that happen and connections that you can make that can help you throughout the rest of your life. In the area of sports and softball, a little story. I was super excited to come. and play softball.